name's Dave. I'm with Repurposed Demolition. This is Joe. He's the crew leader for this job today. So what we're doing here is we are going to remove all the reusable items from this house that we think we can make money on. So how long have you been with Repurposed now? Do you know?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. You tore up a lot of that time, haven't you?
A lot. Hundreds of houses.
Yeah. So what do you think about this location here?
I think it's an alright view.
Yeah,
you know,
not bad,
nice,
huh?
Yeah.
A view good enough that they paid $22 million and then tear the house down?
I think it's worth it.
Does this kitchen look like it's going to be a challenge? Is it going to be one of those with the hidden screws and all that?
It doesn't look like it, but we won't know until we start really getting into it. Sometimes you got cabinets almost stapled together and you can't reach the screws and whatnot, so it takes some gymnastics to get around that, but we'll make it work.
There's some other things we need to take off. We got these copper downspouts. There's copper gutters.
Yep.
We want to take them off. They're all the way around the whole house. There's really not a lot of stuff in this house, but these doors are solid wood. I'd like to take the doors out. What I'm looking for primarily is when we get back to the shop, I want to take all the doorknobs off.
Yeah.
This is just scrap metal. We won't do nothing with that. I'd like you to bring the Thermador back.
Okay.
The countertops, just trash them. Once you get to the plumbing, if you can get up inside and pull the copper plumbing out, we're going to want to pull all of the HVAC lines. They're running really long distances. All that's copper. So I want you to bring back all four of the, I think there's like 6 of them, condensing units outside, and then the HVAC system's up inside. And it's definitely going to be copper piping in the whole house. So we definitely need to make sure that the water's off at the street. These, they're worth a couple $100 on eBay, so bring both of those back.
Okay.
No toilets.
No.
The toilets are too old.
Oh.
All right, what do you see, Joe? Is there any goodies up there? Nothing? Not a thing?
Nope.
No? Geez, that's where they always hide stuff. All right. You know, after doing, I don't know how many demos, we've probably done 15,000 demos in this marketplace now. Things like this, we used to take stuff like this off and we bring the built-in bookcases and stuff back. So stuff like that, we've learned that you just don't make any money on it. Now, if I had a Walmart-sized warehouse, I could sit on something like that long enough to maybe sell it. I would take this one over the other ones first because it's taller.
Yeah.
So if you run out of time, take this one over one of those other ones. Don't bring these doors back, they're regular door handles.
Yeah.
Bring this door,
Okay.
bring this door. The bidet, just smack it and grab me the brass off of it. Okay. Go ahead, Joe. Give it a kick. All right. So that pot.
Okay.
So these look like they're copper too. Just bring them back. We're not gonna. You can just jerk them off the wall. We're just gonna use them for the metal. Any goodies?
There's some boxes over there.
The boxes?
Yeah, let me look inside. Bundle of sticks.
Well, if you was a kid, this would have been a great place to put a little camp, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so no goodies. Bummer. So we're gonna get the okay from our crew lead, Talon, but what we're thinking we're gonna do at the tail end of this job today is we're gonna go through and bust every window in here. All right. Get you to a 70. All right. So what do you think, guys? Was that fun? Okay. Travis, you look concerned. You all right?
Oh, great.
We're back here at the shop. We just got through with smashing all those windows down in Naples. We're basically recycling the aluminum, but of course we had a bunch of fun with breaking all the windows. I'm here with Angie, my wife, and we're going to go price some of this stuff that we got back there, some of the finds. Welcome to the Hall of Toilets. If you want to be a king and have your own throne, this is the place to come and get them. So, front door. Missed this the first couple times we were down there looking at this property, and I didn't realize this, but these are super crazy heavy doors. We got both the screen doors here and then the doors themselves. And you're talking about each one of those doors is going to be 300 pounds. So this door right here is probably, geez, that's probably 150 pounds. That's a lot for a door. So these, we were thinking, initially you were thinking 35.
I was going to put $34.99 on it.
Doors like this would cost, in this marketplace, 10 grand. 5 grand, good deal. We're going to probably end up taking a little bit less for that. We don't know what our customer is going to look like. We are going to put them inside so that they stay in better condition. We're going to Murphy's oil soap them so they look nice and neat. And they're just amazing doors that are extremely heavy. So do you think that's going to be hard to sell, Angie?
No.
So there were 4 total HVAC systems in this house. We only brought back one, and it's a 2021 system. It looks like it's probably a two-ton system, and because it's a 2021, these things typically last 15 years. So something like this, I feel comfortable selling it to somebody who can get it put in by one of their buddies or whatever, and we're going to ask. I'm just going to ask $9.99 for it. Something like that installed, 7-8 grand.
We looked it up this morning. Brand new. They're $6,000 to $7,000.
Okay, so that's a really good deal. Okay, now these we've got 4 of these total. I said $2.99 on them. Now when we got back here, what did you say?
I said like $4.50.
Why?
Well, they're solid wood. They have pull-out shelves down here still. This is pull-out, and it's
super high quality.
Super high quality, good condition. Paint it, change out the hardware. Beautiful.
So this is another one
Same
from
thing
the
here.
same thing, and we did the same thing on the pricing. So I was thinking in the field $2.99. I didn't get to see all of it, but once you see that these are got plywood sides and that they're just super high quality. Something like that today, if you bought that particular style with that degree of workmanship with the pull-out doors, gosh, what are you talking, 1,500 or more? So
Easily.
and we ended up with 4 of these. One's a blue one, 2 white ones, and then that red one. Let's see what's going on at the job site. I'll see you over there.
Phil.
Got smashed.
Is it hard to work with Jackson? Can you tell me the truth?
I think it's hard to work with him.
Really?
You see us drive.
Are you kidding me?
I got whiplash.
Jackson, dude. He's got way more clout than you do.
More what?
Way more clout than you do. I've heard more good stories about him than I've heard about you.
Hey, the ones you don't hear is...
Well, I have heard a couple good stories about you, but I didn't believe them. I need to see you in action here. What do you think, Joe? You think he's worth? You think he's worthwhile?
They call me act.
We kept him this long. I mean, he was stupid enough to go live with this one guy I know.
Oh yeah.
How'd that work out?
You guys are paying Jackson too much. Look at that chain.
Yeah.
No, it's a fake.
Is it? That's a fake chain?
No, it's not.
No, you bought a. Hey, can I borrow it? I want to look good for a while.
Let me get a 700.
I want. What's that thing of that bandana? I want to borrow the bandana.
Yeah, right. Well, it's Doc Ford.
That'll make my bald head look good.
I'm right there with you.
Hey, look at that antique hot water heater. That's vintage 1980s. We should put that in the Smithsonian.
Nice copper right here.
That's right. You got it. You need to smack some walls and get some copper out.
Give me copper right now. Put it all through here, all over there. So probably get 10 pounds at least of copper in here. 10, 15 pounds. There's a screw hidden in this piece of wood. So what we'll do, we'll load all the kitchen cabinets in the trailer, and we'll put all the vanities and the doors and frames in the truck, along with all the brass, all the gutters, anything with value we're gonna get out of this house.
So we love our guys, but sometimes we're not real happy with them. And this is an example of it. This is that Thermador that was down in that $22 million house. And if you noticed, it ended up back here without one of the knobs. Well, you can't buy 30-year-old knobs from any place. So here we are with a very unique situation. If you look at the inside of this thing, it's like brand new. It may or may not have been used before. Well, it's been used, you can see.
It's been used, but it's still very nice and very pretty inside.
A lot of this kind of stuff, we end up selling it to people in California. They're doing the
vintage.
They're doing the vintage stuff out there. So something like this, I don't know whether it'll sell at all. We're going to ask enough money that we can afford to ship it out there to them. So, how's it make you feel when they come back and they broke a knob off, Angie?
It makes me very angry.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because especially knowing I get out, it's just a knob, but.
So the thing is we have demo guys doing finesse work. A lot of the guys, if it's not the crew leader, sometimes we have issues like this. Not the end of the world. We're truly blessed. We get so much stuff that comes our way, but we also carry a lot of overhead. So every little item, we do our best to make sure we get it back in good enough shape. So that brings up another thing. I got here this morning and I went through the video just looking it over, and I realized that the little train lights were gone.
These, they're worth a couple $100 on eBay, so bring both of those back.
That I didn't see them here. And we're pretty good. We normally get just about everything here. So, so anyway, I went back, found the crew leader when he came in, got him to search his van. He did find them, but they didn't come with the glass. It's a shame because really it's a little piece of history that just got destroyed for no reason. So the other thing that I taught him, or I talked to him about to try to teach him, is that when you do a demo on a house like this and you're gonna go in and scrap it out, you gotta take all the little stuff with you the first time you're there, because what happens is it becomes the neighborhood free-for-all. Once they know the house is demoed, the next thing you know, you got every neighbor in the neighborhood, probably not in this particular neighborhood, but they feel it's a free-for-all. They can have whatever they want. So you'll come back and the washer and dryer will be gone. You'll come back, the refrigerator will be gone. You'll come back, all the stuff you took down and sat on the floor to pick up the next day, it's been gone. So we learned through the School of Hard Knocks that you take everything with you, especially if it's pilferable. If you're gonna leave stuff overnight, make sure it's big and heavy. It'll be there the next day.
All right, so right now we're gonna go around this house, grab all these gutters, scrap them. This is all copper gutters. Anything copper here, we're taking. Any money we can suck out of this house before it gets mowed down, we're taking. So one thing I do enjoy about working for Repurposed is every single day it's a new adventure. You do something new. It's not monotonous like working in an office 9 to 5, staying sedentary. So with this job, you get a workout, get your mind stimulated, you got to solve through problems, work through issues. There's camaraderie, there's brotherhood with the crews you're with. I've gotten to know a lot of good guys working here, and I really appreciate the place. I'd say that's about 15, 20 pounds of copper. So, pretty good for just some gutters. All right, so we got a good start on the copper, on the cabinets. We're about 70% done with the kitchen. We should finish up by the end of the day.
This is the cupboard that was in the kitchen. It's got all that storage that we talked about. So this is kind of an unusual piece because it gives you so many options, and it's very unusual. You don't see a lot of this kind of stuff, and it's solid wood. So Angie, what are you thinking we should we ask for that?
We're gonna start at $650.
$650. So that's what we're gonna ask for that. What do you think about this cabinet set? So
It's very large and it has very large pieces. It's not like this is one. This whole thing is one cabinet and there's 3.
Back in the 70s, a lot of times they built the cabinets in place in the house, and this is what they would do. They would just build big, gigantic boxes up on the walls and screw them in and put the cabinet doors and the pulls on them. So A lot of this whole set here is, it's solid wood. It's kind of a cool design. It's not completely out of date as far as the design. They're still using this design today. I think because there's kind of a shortage of cabinets right now because of Hurricane Ian, I think that we're gonna sell this and we're gonna make our money on it. So what are you thinking as far as pricing this thing?
Well, I don't remember, we're gonna start out at $3,500, I think, but we'll start there, and if I don't get anybody interested, then what I'll probably do is separate the big pieces because they all have bases. Don't forget to like us and subscribe.
So again, a different value when you have something that's a kitchen island. So because of the way they made this, and they have this extension here, you can put a piece of granite on that and put some stools on it. So islands have a different value here. We've learned that you can sell islands pretty readily. I think that price is a good price.
Yeah, we can start there.
It'd be an easy thing to paint.
Solid wood, easy to paint.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is change the hardware. It's easy peasy
It's
stuff.
not a crazy size. Some
Nope.
of these we've got were 20 foot long and 10 foot wide. We did sell them for crazy money. It's unbelievable. Okay, so these are those uplights is what they're called. I never knew the name of them. They're super crazy heavy. I believe they're bronze. So these actually have the patina on them, and they also have the down
This goes like this.
cord covers.
Oh gosh, it's not gonna turn it this way.
So it goes like that. Cover the cords going down to the receptacles. So these, when I Google Lens them at the job site, they came up at $2,700. So old ones like this. So they still make these. Chapman makes them, but these are super rare. They're vintage. They're in very good condition, and they have the trim pieces. We got them on eBay we put them on for what, $22.90. All right, so let's throw it back to the job site and see what's going on back there.
All the banions that have the pink ribbon on them are going to stay. So this one, that one, this one's got a pink ribbon on it. I believe it's on the back side. Okay, other than that, all these bushes can come out all the way around. All this foliage is going to come out. And when we're done, we're going to grade the lot flat. Okay, the driveway can come out completely. This banyan, yeah, save it to the end so he's got something to drive on. This banyan's going to go, or stay, I mean. Everything around it can go. All right, first things first, let's get this whole island out of the way, okay? That way he can get the trailer in here. And then Giuseppe will be here shortly. He'll trim up the tree branches so that he can get the big truck backed up in here, and then we can start. I don't know if the seismic people showed up or not yet, but we can't start demoing till they get here. All these trees are gonna go, except for there's 3 on that wall that have the orange ribbon on them. Obviously leave those. This whole island can come out. We already talked about this island. Okay, so requirement in the city of Naples is that you get seismic monitoring. And what they do is they put little posts in the ground on each side of the house, and that records the disruption in the ground, okay? So if you demo this house and then the neighbor comes over and says, oh, you broke a piece of tile on my pool deck from the vibrations, that seismic monitoring proves that we didn't do that. It stays under a certain level and we're good. Pull this out of the way, grade it up a little nicely so you can get back here, right? That's all you need to get in here, right? Okay, so get this out of the way first, and then we'll start on the house, okay? The way we do this is we try to get all the wood frame and stuff out first, and then we do the concrete last, okay? All the walls are wood frame, we know that, and the roof, obviously. So just leave the foundation. You can rip that side house out over there, get all this done. He'll get over here loaded up, we'll run it all out, and then we'll switch over and do the foundation. This is our main man, Ivan Barreto. I don't know how you say his name. He is our CDL truck driver. He runs our roll-off, he runs our semi-truck, he transports our equipment. He is A+, shows up every day, besides for rear-ending someone once. Don't put that part in there.
Well, we got another early Valentine's gift for Angie. We're gonna bring this little thing to her. I don't know what this is, but watch this. Isn't this cool? Yeah, just go put it in my truck. Okay. Thank you. So what we're doing right now is we're making room for our 65-yard dumpster truck to be able to pull in here. So he's making this room because they can't make the turn. And then they're going to pull some of these tree limbs down here so they can fit that in. That truck can fit it all the way in back here. So this is a big root system that's extremely heavy. Hopefully before he puts this in the truck, he hits it on the ground a few times and knocks some of the dirt off of this thing. It's a lot of unnecessary weight going to the dump. Although landscaping dumps are a little bit different, they're generally charge you by the cubic yard. So this is Walt running the machine here. He is cleaning out this island here and getting it ready so that we can bring our dump trailer. It's a drone shot of him smoothing it out, getting it ready, making sure there's nothing that's gonna get the truck stuck. So this is me. I took the first few chunks out of this one. You know, I don't run the machine all the time like I used to, so it's a little rusty. But anyway, I just felt the need to jump up in there and have some fun. I have to tell you, I've done a lot of things in my life, and chewing on a house like this, not many things in my life that I enjoy more. It is definitely exhilarating and fun, and it's something, you know, most people don't get to do. It's kind of fun and interesting. This house, if you can hear the crunching, it is so dry, so brittle, probably the acidic air from the ocean. The ocean from here, there is a Gulf access river right behind this, and two Wading Islands on the other side. And that's me having fun. There's a drone shot. This house sits about, I say, 2 football fields from the Gulf of Mexico. The Gordon Pass Inlet is right there. This house is $22 million house they bought to demolish. It's really just worth what the land is worth. The two buildings, or the two structures on each side of this are mansions. They're really big. I'm sure they're worth, if this is $22 million without a lot, they got to be worth double that, or at least 1.5 times that. So another drone shot of the 323 excavator tearing up this house. It's a Caterpillar machine, 162 horsepower. It's got about a 30-foot reach. It can dig down about 22 feet. What you see Walt doing here is he's breaking this stuff up, getting it ready, breaking it into smaller chunks for when the dump gets there. So he's getting this house on the ground. There's some things we have to do in this area. This is Port Royal area from Naples, Florida. It's a pretty exclusive area, probably one of the best locations in America. Naples is known for being one of the wealthiest places in America, and definitely one of the best places to live because of the climate here. The subtropic climate is just wonderful. So you see us spraying this one here. A lot of the areas here in Florida, nobody pays any attention to dust control, but they definitely do here. We've also got seismic monitoring going on this one. That protects the owner. The city of Naples requires it. Basically what that does is it prevents the neighbors from coming over and saying, hey, you cracked their tile on their pool or broke a window or something like that. The machine does make some ground movement. You can feel it when it moves around. If you're anywhere past 20 feet away from it, I can't see it vibrating anything and breaking anything. That's what I think. So this one is a Hurricane Ian damaged house. The 50% rule probably would have worked in its favor here because of what this building would be worth. Somebody who's going to pay this kind of money for this, they're going to want something that's fancier and nicer than this house. This was a big house. It wasn't gigantic, but it was big. It had 4 turrets on each corner, and then the primary living area, or the living room in that, dining room in that, was all in the middle. It had a pool, 2.5 car garage with a pool house. That's us chewing up everything, trying to get it a little bit smaller so it fits into the dump trailer better. The C&D dumps in this area are quite a bit more expensive than they are a little bit north of here. Pretty much everything you do in Naples comes with additional costs. The dump fees in Naples are significantly different than they are in, say, Fort Myers, which is just, 20 miles north. So that is it's actually a 75-yard dump trailer. It lifts all the way up, more or less on the back wheels. You can see here as he's loading it, he really should have chunked this up a little bit better than he did. Although, there you go, he's getting stitched in there. That's Sepio, our favorite employee, keeping the dust down. He sees the dust, so he's spraying and knocking the dust down. So Naples, Florida is from where we're at right here. There is the Naples River right there, Naples Bay, I think it's called. Areas like this, back in the days when the pirates were running, a lot of the streets and stuff that are named on this particular development are named out of pirate names. Rum Row, Buccaneers. This road is called Admiralty Parade. Just a super crazy nice area. Everything is so well manicured and taken care of. The downtown Naples, the 5th Avenue area is about 2 miles, maybe 3 miles from here. What's really interesting about this neighborhood, around the corner they're working on a house. They actually have, these are side roads. They have flaggers on the side roads to direct the traffic going around one of these mansions that's being built. It's kind of interesting to see something like that. That's Walt there, and I'm taking a little break. This is a drone shot, watching the machine from a couple hundred feet up in the air. This is a shot of us ripping stuff down with one of our GoPros inside of the house. It's kind of an interesting shot. So again, he's tearing the house up, getting it into a pile, getting it ready for to be taken to the C&D dump. The idea is to get all this construction debris out of here and to get everything cleaned up nice and clean, take out the concrete all by itself. Concrete dumps do not appreciate the debris inside of the concrete. The problem with that is the concrete dumps, they recycle concrete. If you bring them a bunch of concrete and it's got wood and other things in it, that means that when they mulch it up, just turn around and reuse it in the gravel. It's going to go in as sub-base below the roads and things like that. Now you have a bunch of debris, affects the structural integrity of the concrete. You don't want to have that. A big part of what we do is separate the dirt, construction debris. Construction debris is basically anything that's in a house other than furniture and mattresses and stuff like that. Anything that's wood, asphalt shingles, in this case cedar shingles, the doors, the windows, the metal. We do a lot of recycling of the metal. We do a tremendous amount of recycling. When he's doing this, he's basically making 4 different things here. He's making a metal load, he's making a landscape debris load, he's making a C&D load. His last loads will be all concrete and rebar. It's amazing how incredibly powerful these excavators are. They knock a tree like that down like it's nothing. It's really sad to see the trees being torn down. Unfortunately, when they build these houses, the footprint is so large, those trees are in the way. They do come back in and they landscape the heck out of these places. Pretty much anything that's being pulled out is going to be replanted. It's cost prohibitive to pull these things out and replant them. I'm a scavenger at the nth degree. Tearing this kind of stuff up is terrible. The The boat traffic on this location is amazing and incredible. $1 million boat after another. That boat that just went by could have been $5 million or $10 million. I don't really know that much about boats. The bigger they are, the more expensive they are. That one looked like it wasn't too terribly old. But most of the boats that are in this area, they're not very old. There's some metal he just moved out of the way. So again, Hurricane Ian came in September 28, 2022. This area right here would have got, probably 3 to 4 foot of storm surge. Inside this house, a lot of solid wood. Solid wood takes water very good. It can get wet several times before it shows anything. So most all the cabinets and everything in here, the walls were made out of wood. So you really didn't see a lot of storm damage in this house. Although with where it's sitting, it absolutely did get it. Whether it got 6 inches or 2 foot or 3 foot, I don't really know. So this one, we had a lot of fun with it. We broke the glass. We salvaged out a whole bunch of stuff. There's almost everything in here was solid wood stuff. So it's all stuff that people want. We get a really nice quality set of solid wood cabinets. They're willing to sand them down a little bit and paint them. The style of all these cabinets that we got out of here, even though they were 1980s cabinets, they're still in style. They're still selling those style cabinets today. So, there's that green. I was looking for that green vanity. Bummer. That was a nice vanity. I thought we had gotten them all. Repurposed Demolition. We've been in business since 2014. We were affordable demolition for a couple of years. Before that, we were in the junk removal business. We've only been doing the actual house teardowns since Ian hit, primarily interior demolition, doing about 2,000 interior demolitions a year. So we're the preferred guys in this area to take out stuff for you. So we're known for being able to take out kitchens and bathrooms and not mess up all the stuff around it. That was a HVAC system. That was the interior system. That was an air handler. Here Sepio is directing him back, making sure he don't run over anything that's going to pop his tires. So back to Repurposed. So what we do is interior demolition work. It's kind of an unusual situation because what we did is we came to the demolition business from the junk removal business. Here we go, getting another load out of here. So this house is almost on the ground. So we see the value in all the stuff around us, and throwing perfectly good stuff away just doesn't set well with us. Whatever it can be reused that we know is saleable, because there's no sense in wasting the time. We've tried every variation that you can possibly think of over the years, taking built-ins out and then never being able to sell them and stuff like that, and have to throw them away anyway and stuff like that. So we kind of know what sells. We sell about 1,200 kitchen cabinet sets a year. We sell probably between 1,100 and 1,200 refrigerators a year. Everything from ordinary refrigerators, GE refrigerators, Whirlpool refrigerators, Sub-Zeros, Vikings, everything you can possibly think of. One of the things that we advertise is we'll take big, heavy stuff. So we get a lot of big, heavy stuff. Walt here, he can learn a little bit from Colton. He's loading these loads a little loose, so if he crunches it down, it'll help, but it's not nearly as good as if he makes smaller pieces. The smaller pieces means fewer loads to the dump. So Walt's kind of a new guy to us. Hopefully we can get him to do this the way that we've learned to do it. Look at those two gigantic houses on each side of this tear down. What a beautiful and amazing area. Those are absolutely mansions. This one definitely was not. This is Walt. He's getting the construction debris up and getting it into the trailer and trying not to leave too much room in the trailer so that fewer trips. The dumps from this location are pretty far away. It's important to make money on the job. You've got to make sure that you're not going to the dump too many times. Here we go with Walt. He's going to go over here and mess with the pool a little bit. The pool pump is cool, and it really is much better to empty the pool out because it takes less time and you can do two things at once. The problem is the pool pump gets separated from the hose, or we don't have a generator to run the pool pump, or the trash pump won't start or whatever. But the one thing you can count on is the excavator is going to be running it tearing the house down. This is also not an ideal situation. We really don't want to do this and beat on the machine like that. Ideally, what we want to do, we want to get in there and pull it apart with a ball. This one's not really hard to come apart. Right here, he's making a little channel to get the water out of there. What happens with the pool, if you don't get the majority of the water out, when you get to the bottom of the pool, it's hard to make sure you got all the concrete out of it because you can't see it. So Walt's kind of new to us. We just haven't trained him as well as we could have. Actually going through a little training with him here tomorrow morning, and I'm going to show him how we tear houses down so that we actually make a profit. A lot of these guys, we're watching them on the beach, and the way they're doing their teardowns, and they're not making any money. They're paying it all in dump fees. So if you don't separate everything properly, you end up with mixed loads. What happens when you have mixed loads is like the concrete dump down here in Naples is upset with us right now because Walt's been sending dirty concrete to them. So literally told us not to come back. So we're going to go talk to them.
Too much construction debris in the concrete, and now we got to drive an extra 20 miles each way. God, that's going to kill this job. Frickin' sucks.
And like I said, I'm going to train him tomorrow and help him understand how important it is to do it the way that we've been doing it. We're very aggressive with our pricing, kind of new to this part of the game. We just got to be careful. You can burn up all your profit or burn up a significant amount of your profit by taking concrete to the C&D dump because they charge by the ton. The concrete dumps typically, they charge by the load. They don't care if you have rebar. They really don't want you to have rebar, but rebar is a part of the game. They don't want dirt, and they don't want any construction debris whatsoever. This is kind of clean right here, but when you send them stuff that has debris in it, they're putting this into a machine and it's mulching it up. Well, then they're going to turn around and load it onto another truck, and they're going to send it somewhere to the concrete manufacturing plant, or they're going to send it as base rock for underneath the roads or something like that. And when you have rock like that, you don't want to have landscaping pieces in it. You don't want to have dirt in it. You don't want to have construction debris or electrical wire or any of that kind of stuff in it. Here's the sad thing about what we do. Most of these houses that they're going to build, they have a huge footprint. We're scavengers all day long, so taking all these trees and stuff out, it just really hurts my soul, but it's part of the game. What we do when we do this is you want to pick the trees up and shake them out a little bit. It's not done by weight, it's done by the cubic yard. If you do have some dirt in it, it's not that big a deal, but they don't want dirt either. They want landscaping stuff that they can mulch up and use it for like mulch and things like that. So again, they don't want the construction debris either. They just want the plants. Now, that stuff right there. All the dirt that's in that root ball, we really want to shake them out, not because of anything other than they don't want it, and it's really not that much, so they'll take it. But it makes the load lighter, which doesn't really matter when you're dealing with landscaping stuff, because it's really not that heavy. What it does is it's less dirt that we have to haul back in to smooth out the lot. So this other machine that we got, you're going to see a rake here, and this rake is a special rake that we bought. You pick up everything and you shake it around and you get all the debris off of it. This is Sepio. He is our amazing helper and laborer. He does the work of several guys. So if you notice what they're doing, they're picking this up and they're sifting all the stuff out of it. Now he's pulling all the construction debris out of it and the other things, and then he's shaking it so that we can put it in there and not have the debris that the concrete company does not want. That's what we're doing. That machine right there, that bucket is a very special bucket, and it's for guys that are smart enough to be able to be aggressive with your pricing, knowing that you're going to separate everything and get your money right on these jobs. So here we are on the last day. As you can see, we're digging around looking for the pilings and getting all the pilings out so that this contractor gets a job that's completely done and he doesn't have additional problems caused by us not doing our job, which is getting all those additional pieces of concrete out. It's a little bit more work. It's something that's much appreciated. This particular job, I don't know if you noticed, we're on this job a little bit longer than what we anticipated. One of the new guys took a lot longer than what we would normally take on this job. If you notice there's a truck with a boom on it, and well, we went to the dump and the door came open and it broke the door off. So we throw the door up in there, and then we had this guy come down. He welds the door back on right there on the job site. You see the little red machine running around. He is smoothing everything out. He's compacting everything with that machine, getting it nice and smooth. We try to get like all the little tiny debris. And since they're selling this lot, it's even more important that the lot is groomed a certain way, that everybody is happy with that. Also, we're going to do some how-to stuff, take up tile, how to take out walls, how to take out kitchens, how to take out master baths, stuff like that. We're going to do a whole bunch of that stuff all on this one channel. Okay, these doors, if you were to buy these doors and go to like Naples Lumber and buy those doors, these would be between $1,500 and $2,000 a piece. They're very super thick doors. They're super heavy quality doors, can take a lot of beating. They're built a certain way to handle these special door locks. So you see this little gizmo that goes inside. This is your locking mechanism. These are super crazy expensive. Way back in the day, it's built in 1980, so this is what, 80, it's 40, at least 43 years old, these door locks, and some of them look like they're brand new. So these doors, those door locks put together, back in the day were probably $600 or $700 a door. So now, fast forward to now, you know, inflation and everything, so you're talking $1,500 to $2,000 a door. Plus these locking mechanisms would be $300. It would be very expensive. So we're gonna ask $130 for these. We're gonna put these on eBay. We have Bernard, our super cool maintenance guy that works in the shop here. He's gonna come here and take off these door strikes, which we don't have all of them yet. Got the screws here, all the hardware, everything's put together, and it's ready to go. So this is the tub that came out of that house. This tub is cast iron. It's the same style. They're still selling it today. I don't know if this is an original application for the 1980s house, but come back here and check this out. So it's in very good condition. It's very much the same style that they're selling today. They're still selling these. I don't know if this is an upgrade, something they upgraded in the house or not, because it is the same style. These handles are unique. The way that they shape the bottom of the tub, this thing weighs in excess of 500 pounds. It takes 4 or 5 guys to lift it and not hurt themselves. This, we're asking $9.99 for it. The one we had before was $27.99 brand new. So that's it on this particular house. That's all the finds that we had. We'll add them up and see what they're worth with a potential profit that we might realize on this off this house. Basically, we're thinking we got about $10,500 potential additional profit from this job. Logan, Talon, Dave, Repurposed Demolition, Angie's my wife. She's the one helping us price. Please subscribe, leave us a like, please give us a comment, things that you might want to see. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.